What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. More transfer talk on the way. A lot to get through tonight, so we're going to get through it together. Just before I get on the video, please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share the video around. All good and helps the channel on its way. Just looking forward to this video. Yeah, it's going to be a decent one, man. It's going to be a decent one. I think some people find it a bit somber with the Calvin Phillips thing, but I'm going to get your thoughts on that. Just got to shout out Mr. P, who gave us super thanks on the last video, who's a big supporter of the channel. He's already a member of the channel as well, so he didn't have to. That's a shout out to you, Mr. P, and thank you so much for the super thanks. Evening to everyone that's just coming in. Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting today. It's absolutely mad, some of the news that we've had come out. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to talking about this one today. I really am. It's for me. Yes, we've lost one of our homegrown linchpins, but the future's bright in my opinion. So we'll see. Mr. P's already in the house, already here. My pleasure, KG. Shout out to you, man. Oh, Ben Berry. Can't believe we signed just a better defensive version of Adam Forshaw. So deflated. No. I don't agree with that. But listen, it's all opinions, isn't it? And we'll see. Ash with the super sticker. Shout out to you, Ash. Thank you so much for the support, man. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm smiling. I'm smiling today. I think that we're doing some good stuff. And I said it last week. I was certain that we was doing stuff behind the scenes, just waiting for Calvin to go, maybe Raf to go. But we've got money to play. We must have money to spend. The accounts alone and Premier League status should tell us we've got some money to spend. And listen, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into all of that today. We're going to talk about Charlie Cresswell departing on loan too, and I have a TV reference. So if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. Don't worry about it. But any chance I've got to do a TV reference, I'm taking it. All gets in the building. Evening, KG. Yeah, listen, this is the one. We're going to talk about that in a bit. We're going to talk about that in a bit. And shout out to Gail, who's in the building too. Happy Independence Day to all my US people here, because I know there's quite a few that watch. And on that beautiful segue, we're going to talk about Tyler Adams, because literally 54 minutes as of this video, Fabrizio Romano's tweeted out. I mean, it's probably the worst kept secret in Leeds United at the moment, isn't it? But he's set to sign. He's going to be doing a medical later this week. So Fabrizio says Leeds are set to sign Tyler Adams from RB Leipzig. Done deal, and here we go. So when that here we goes there, it means it's done. Deal complete for 20 million fee, add-ons included. So it's 100% agreed. Jesse Marsh wanted him, and he'll travel to England soon to undergo medical tests and sign long-term deal with Leeds. And yes, 20 million. It's not going to be that all up front. There's going to be a lot of add-ons. I think it's going to be fairly cheap. I think the base fee is probably 10 to 12, maybe. But either way, for me, I'm not angry about Tyler Roberts. Oh my days! I don't mean to disrespect you like that, Tyler. But I'm not angry about Tyler Adams coming in. I'm really not. I think it's another signing that we do need in terms of midfield depth. He will be the more basic player of the midfields that we've got, whereas he doesn't advance as much, but he still can get forward when he wants to, but he's more of a break-up play guy. But then that's what the other midfielders around him are going to do. They're going to take the ball off him and do their thing. Mark Rocker can do it, and I still believe we're going to get in another midfielder. I know a lot of people don't think that we're going to get another one in, but I genuinely do. I don't think we're just going to stop there. And listen, Tyler Adams for me isn't a bad player. He's got plenty of experience in the German league, in Champions League, a lot more than some of the players that a lot of you guys like to rate in our team. So for me, he's gonna be nothing spectacular, I don't think, but I think he's gonna be a good cog in the system at Leeds United. I really do. Give me your opinions right now on Tyler Adams, because I want to hear what you've got to say. Just saying, I like Tyler Adams. Yeah, listen, as I've said to you before, I've only seen him play in about maybe 2, 3, 4 matches, and what he was in those games was exactly what it says on the tin: defensive midfield. He broke up play, and then he gave it to the more creative players in the team. I've got no problem with that. As long, because you could see he was thinking about it too. He was thinking about moving it forward, but he was always going to the more advanced players. He rarely did put a ball backwards, which for me is progress already over what we've currently already got. Mark Atkinson, every team needs a player like Tyler Adams. Let's not forget, Jesse knows his player and knows what he offers. Exactly. Jesse's worked with him before. And you're absolutely correct, Mark. Not every signing can be your all-action midfield dynamo. You know, it doesn't work like that for teams in our position. We're not there. But this, for me, is a solid signing in terms of building up the squad, making the squad stronger. And this is something I keep seeing. And Deshaun, shout out to you, man. Happy with it, but hope we bring in Kamara as well. I mean, that hasn't gone away, by the way. The Kamara link hasn't gone away, but I'm not really going to speak about that today because I haven't seen nothing about it today. But apparently, that one's already done, according to some people. But I haven't seen anybody of my reputable people that I trust actually come out and say that as of yet. So I'm going to hold tight on that one. But I do believe that we are going to get in another midfielder like that. So listen, Tyler Adam wants to do it. He's got a great mentality. He's got a good mentality on his, on him. He's an intelligent player. He'll be solid in that midfield. He'll probably give us what Calvin gave us. He'll probably give us similar to that. Minus the diagonal balls. But listen, we have to move on now from what we was doing before. We got to try something new, and that's what we're doing. And I do like the profile of player that we seem to be targeting under Jesse Marsh. We signed in these players in their 20s, or they seem to be like all action players kind of thing. I think we're going in a good direction. I genuinely believe that as well. Lee Wakefield supporting Leeds in the World Cup. Okay, is that the whole? Is that the whole US thing? I mean, listen, he will only be the second US player as well. You know, that's being blown up out of context too. I mean, it will be Jesse, Brendan, and Tyler as our three Americans. I mean, listen. Jason's asking, do you think we've lost some pulling power without Bielsa? I don't think so, because if we're getting the player that I'm going to speak about soon, I don't think so, because if we got him under Bielsa, we'd have thought that Bielsa would have been the key. But listen, we're Leeds United in the Premier League, so we may have to just adjust. I mean, even me, I'm speaking for myself too. Maybe we have to adjust who we think we can get with the Premier League pool. It's a huge pool, and we'll speak about that in a bit. A lot of American jokes in here. This is crazy. It's crazy. But listen, yeah, like I say, Tyler Adams, and when that's done, I'll put out a separate video and everything else like that. But here we go. See, Paul Duck, did I get that one? Adams mobile and covers a lot of ground. Good signing. Yeah, and it's not just mobile without any purpose. He actually does get tackles in. He actually does do something with the ball and tries to progress it to the better players in the team. That's what you need. You have to have those kind of players in your team. And that's where the difference is, just before anyone tries to run this one back to Harry Winks. But that's where the difference is with Harry Winks and that whole link with Harry Winks. Harry Winks doesn't do that. He gets the ball and he literally passes it 5 yards to his left or right or back. He rarely looks forward. He's just such a basic footballer. So for me, this is a lot better. Jesse Marsh knows and trusts him. And that's big for me. That's big for me. Yeah, Gavin, listen, I've said this as well. Victor working his magic, credit where credit is due. Yeah, get this one over the line. Get the winger over the line that we've been linked with, and it's a really good window. It's been a good window so far. Let me just check some here. Yeah. So, okay, let's have a look. Rebecca G, who's been a long supporter of the show. Hey, Cage, you're not convinced by our transfer activity yet. Keep buying players in poor leagues, and I think we need to be going after more players. Praying we won't see Casilla in a lead shirt again. Well, listen, I think that one has to be a buyout. I think that has to be a buyout. I don't think we're going to get anybody who's going to take him. But what I will say to that one, Rebecca, because I had this today with Tobes, who's a Tottenham fan, saying, yeah, it's good business you're doing, but you've got no Premier League proven players. I mean, listen, we are Leeds United, 17th. Of available Premier League proven players, as people love to say, who do you think, and this is for the live chat now and the comments after, who realistically could we get at decent prices like we're seeing these players coming for now that are any good? Because what I'm thinking in my head, and we don't know this now, is that players like Harry Winks are available. Probably a Sean Longstaff from Newcastle. and just other players of that mold. Even some dead baller like bloody Almiron from Newcastle, Premier League proven players, but it doesn't mean that they're ready. That doesn't mean that they're any good for you. Whereas, listen, and I've said this as well. A lot of the best players in this league are from other leagues. They are nearly all of them, apart from Harry Kane. Declan Rice. Shout out to him. But I'm talking in general. The best players in this league haven't started in the Prem. Salah didn't make his name up until he come from another club. There's loads. There's loads of players I could say. And as I've said before, every transfer is a risk. But I look at Wolves as well. Wolves recruited outside, and now everybody wants their players. Neves is wanted. People want to see how Neto gets on after his injury. Prudence is rated by some. Sarr has been a brilliant goalkeeper last year. Listen, Rafinha, I mean, ex-Ben there, Rafinha from an unproven league, and he turned out to be amazing. Well, listen, Liga is a good league, by the way. It's a very technical league. I love watching Liga and football. But that's what I'm talking about. Ben's got it right. Aston Villa bought Premier League proven Danny Ings. Did he turn out the way that they thought he would? I don't think so. Lukaku had tons of Premier League experience before he went to Chelsea. Didn't happen for him last year. That's what I'm saying. Just because they haven't played in the Premier League before, it doesn't mean that every signing is a risk. Every single one. You know what I mean? Even if we somehow sign Heung-min Son, doesn't mean he's going to perform for us like he does for Spurs. That's what I'm saying. Everything is a risk. And like Dave says here, Prem tax is ridiculous. We have to take gambles. Absolutely. If we're looking for Rasmus Christensen in the Premier League, we are not getting him for £10 million. No way. Because the top clubs don't release those kind of players for that kind of money. And then the other clubs in the middle will probably think that we are rivals or competing with them. So we're not going to get them for that kind of money. But I'm always interested to hear realistic names that you think that Leeds United could have got for decent money in the Premier League. And I'm willing to hear those out. Let's have a look. I just think that, that not to go back on it, but that Premier League proven thing is starting to become that next lazy trope that's going to be thrown out whenever you don't sign a player from the Premier League. Oh, he's not Premier League proven. It's just another lazy thing for pundits and other people just to spew. But we'll see how it goes anyway. We'll see how it goes. D. Turley saying Charlie Taylor. That's fair. Nathan Wright, Emmanuel Dennis. Ismail Assar for me again. Ismail Assar has played in the Premier League a couple of years and he hasn't done anything of note. So again, we're talking about Ismail Assar and how much would he cost from Watford, and he hasn't done it for me. He's still the same player now as he was 2 years ago, and he should have come up a couple of years ago. He should have gotten better, but he hasn't. Callum saying 100% English media. Yeah, it is. It is. Anti-Tomo, Haaland isn't Premier League proven, so I guess he'll flop. This is what I'm talking about. Exactly, yeah. Tomo, absolutely correct. It's this thing, isn't it? It's this English mentality that the Premier League is the be-all and end-all of football, but yet everyone always wants to try and sign players from outside of the Premier League to bring them in. No coincidence for me, but yeah, listen, shout out to everyone there. Yeah. Lee Wakefield saying, do you think we're still a CM light if only Adams come in? Yeah, absolutely. We will. The thing is, for me, I'm pretty sure we'll get another one in after Tyler Adams. I genuinely believe that too. HWHKP in Bamford wasn't Prem proven. Good point. There's plenty of examples, even in our own league's championship. The amount of times you would get stick over saying, I think Jared Bowen could make the step up. I wish I was doing YouTube when I was telling people about Jared Bowen, and they were like, no, he's not going to do it. He's done it in the championship, but can he do it in the Prem? Yes, he can. There's some players that can do it, but it's not until they do it where people just don't believe. People don't have the ability to believe in their own. They don't believe in their own predictions or football knowledge until they actually see it. And I'm not always right, but listen, I've got a decent record, I would say. Gavin saying the Don Mitchell. I think I've seen his account actually. 100% Kamara will be at Leeds by the end of the week. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Like I say, I haven't seen I haven't seen it officially done yet. Nathan, oh, sorry, no. Ali saying Van Dijk from Celtic. Yeah, I mean, listen. Yeah, Van Dijk, he didn't turn out too bad, did he? But that's what I'm saying. Even though he come from the Scottish League, which is not the best league in the world, and really isn't. But there are certain players that can step out, like much like Henrik Larsson did. There's just so many examples where it works, and we'll see. Proof will be in the pudding, won't it? But shout out to Big Brother, who's becoming a new member of the channel. Shout out to you, man, and thank you so much for the support. Members link is in the description of the video. Like I say, when the new season comes up, I'm going to try and get some member stream going, and we'll see. I want to hear what you guys have got to say. It's going to be interesting, but I've got to do it that way because I don't trust people. I've seen too many of my guys get burnt with people getting mooned and frontal stuff being shown on stream. I can't have that. So yeah. But yeah, right. Okay. Listen, yeah, Calvin is gone. So yeah, let's move on to that. Calvin is gone. Officially done today, and I've got to say to Bandy, if Bandy's watching, I hope you're okay, because at the end of last stream, Bandy was certain KP was staying, even though he was pictured in a Man City jacket. So I hope Bandy's doing okay. But listen, I'm just interested to hear, now you've seen the whole Phillips interview, him in Man City apparel. He's going to be wearing the number 4 shirt and everything. How did you guys feel about seeing that? Was it weird for you? Are you okay with it? Yeah, let me know. Christopher, what happened with the giveaway? I've done the giveaway, Chris. Who won it? His name escapes me, but yeah, that's already been and gone. Senaleb, Calvin had fantastic things to say about all the managers he had. Really made me smile. Yeah, great. I mean, listen, I when I first saw it, I thought, oh, it's a bit odd. But then we got links to other players, and I was like, so what's next? But yeah, we'll see, man. Okay, Lee saying horrible. If he's honest, he didn't like it. Sorry, you comments gone up. It's going a bit quick. Might have to put this in click mode soon, people. I might have to do it. Villa Martin, sure I saw Bandy coming out of B&Q with a short leg for a rope. I'm telling you, Bandy is one of the most optimistic Leeds fans you'll ever meet. He believes that even on that day, he thought KP was staying. He thinks Rafa's going to be here long term. It's crazy. I love it, though. I love it. It's all about opinions, isn't it? At your service says, nice letter to fans and Leeds. Glad for KP he did it right. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good departure. I thought Man City's teaser was good with the whole Yorkshire tea thing, because that's been a running joke with Carl Walker and John Stones. And yeah, and that's it for Calvin, man. He's going to a place where he knows a lot of these players, or quite a few of them. So yeah, he looks like he's going to be. He looks like he's going to fit in well there, and good luck to him. Good luck to him, man. Let's have a look. Chufla saying Calvin had more respect for Jesse than most of our fans. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good in what he said, because you'd never believe that Calvin liked Jesse the way some people talk, but he did. He had some really good words for him. I mean, obviously it's all PR, but it's all good. He didn't have to say it. He didn't have to include Jesse Marsh in his thanks, but he did. So that was very good. Big Brother, hi KG. I watched a video of KP today at Manchester City. He was almost in tears when asked if he had a message for the Leeds fan. He still loves us, and he does. Listen, Big Brother and everyone else. One thing you can't. He is a Leeds United fan, yeah. But his professional career, and he said it as much. He wants to play with better. He wants to take the next step. He wants to win stuff. That's what you have to do as a professional. And I'm sure if we were looking like we was even going to challenge for a cup, he would have stayed. But it's his career. He's 26, 27. This is it. He's going to miss us as a Leeds fan, but in his professional career, this is the next step. Someone said I've missed a super chat from Ian. Ian, if I've missed it, Ian, I'm so sorry. I think it may have gone. I may have to put this in Mateus click mode, people. This is going a bit too quick for me. I am just one man, and there's over 500 of you here. So please hit the like button on the video. Do that for me, please. Jack Turner, Leeds fans are always so ungrateful. When was the last time we signed three players in one window that all had Champions League experience in the past year? Yeah, I mean, I don't know about ungrateful. I mean, yeah, I mean, everyone's got their preferences, right? But that's what I would say. I mean, even Jesse Marsh, I made this point last year. I mean, people saying, who's this Jesse Marsh guy? But this Jesse Marsh guy has been in the Champions League much more recently than us. You know, so who's really taking a step down? Is it us or is it Jesse? You know what I mean? So yeah, we are a big club. We are a big Premier League club, but sometimes you also have to just look at where we are. And for me, some of these links that we've had are truly remarkable. And just quickly, as he's come the other way, Darko Gyabi has come this way. He completed his move today. Not sure where we're going with that one. Whether he's going to be in the first team or if he's going to be in under 23s. But look, don't know much about him, but looking forward to seeing what he's about if he does get a chance. 5 subs, he might get a chance. So let's see what happens with that one. Let's see what happens with that one. But yeah, welcome to Darko to Leeds United, of course. Uh, I'm trying to scroll up, see if I can find Ian. I do hate missing super chats because I really do appreciate when people put them through. And if I've missed it, I am so sorry, man. Uh, yeah, Ian, I can't find it, but shout out to Ian J, who is from Australia. I know that for sure. Thank you for the donation, my man. Thank you so much. Uh, yeah, can't find it. Can't find it. But shout out to you, Ian. But yeah, listen, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's move on to the next one. Luis Sinisterra. Luis Sinisterra. Let's go with him because this one came out of nowhere like an RKO. Couldn't believe it when I saw it again. He's another one of those where I would have said his name possibly, but I just didn't think we was going to be in the area to play around with this guy. Much like Charles de Ketelaere, I didn't think that we'd be in the running for these kind of players. But maybe now I should kind of like rejig my list and say maybe we can go get Florian Wirtz next season. Who knows? Who knows? But this one for me would be a very exciting signing, and it sounds like it's already done. From reports in like ESPN, Holland, and other Dutch places, you would think that this signing is already done and dusted. It's going to be for around 30 million euros, so they're at 25 million pounds for us. I do wish that they could have just made it our record signing, but listen, so just so we don't have to say Rodrigo's our record sign anymore. But listen, Tobes, relax, calma. Listen, Wirtz, you never know. Next season, we might be flirting with Wirtz. You know what I mean? Comes back from that injury, he might fancy Leeds. I mean, he did just sign a new contract. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But listen. Sinisterra is one of those players for me. Can't get the ball off him at best. Brilliant dribbler of the ball. Left foot, right foot. He loves to smack them in. And I've seen people say that he reminds him of Rafinha. I get that, but I think he's more of a shooter than Rafinha is. Rafinha did used to shoot a bit, but this guy is way more direct for me when it goes to on goal. Now, if we can get him in, that would be a beautiful signing for me. The beautiful signing. Maybe it spells the end of the Gakpo chase, but I still think that we're in for Charles de Ketelaere too. So if we get those two in, our attack is looking real good next year. And it's very exciting to think of our attack being so multiple prong headed. Because for me, I don't think you can just rely on somebody, just one player scoring all your goals. It needs to be spread out in the team. And I think that's what we're looking to do now with the names we've been linked and the players that we've currently got. Joe Gerhardt will be here on a new long-term deal as well. Listen, I'm having all of it. Give me your thoughts, though, people. Give me your thoughts on Luis Sinisterra. Let me know how you're feeling about this one. Gail saying, "I've heard it's nearly done." Yeah, I've heard it's done. Like some outlets have really just said that it's all done, but then others are saying that it could be done this week. So we'll see. Josh is happy. Yeah, jive, jive. Or has been seen buying Forshaw new mobility scooter. You are just, what are you doing? Mean people. Uh Big brother, this is why I joined this channel, KG. There is a real international community on here. It's great. Yeah, man. Listen, it's all good. It's something that I mentioned before, but I also get it as well with international fans because of me watching ice hockey and basketball. You have to stay up at crazy times over here to watch ice hockey, especially if it's a West Coast game. So if the Penguins are playing the LA Kings, that face off could be at 3:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? And I've seen those times as well for you guys when it's games on like Sunday, Monday. So I appreciate the grind of being a fan abroad of something where you're so far away. So no problem, man. Shout out to everybody in the building, wherever you are in the world as well. Gavin said Fab said it's done. Let me just, yeah, he did. That's what I mean. Fab said it. ESPN Holland said it. A few places have said it. There was only a couple where they said that there's still a couple things to do. But yeah, this one sounds as good as done. Let's have a look. Let me just check. Let me just check the old. Oh, okay. Back to Tyler Adams. Just 2 minutes ago, by the way. Fabrizio saying Tyler Adams deal done and sealed. It means that if nothing changes in the coming weeks, Leeds won't bid for midfielder Mo Kamara from RB Salzburg, despite rumours. Main target has always been Tyler Adams, together Mark Rucker. He's now joining Leeds. Here we go. Wow, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And yeah, Ian, shout out to you for the super chat, man. Thank you so much for that one earlier. People have let me know. Oh, God, here we go. People don't like it. Joshua said FFS. So Mo Kamara probably won't be here. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Josh is saying it's good and bad at the same time. Yin and yang. Tobes, don't do that. Tobes, Shaq Marsh signs an American from the RB network. He also signed a Dane as well, mate. He also signed a Dane. So chill out, yeah? Everyone acting like we're just going full Independence Day at Leeds. It's crazy. It's crazy. As long as the players are good, I don't care where they come from. Maybe, I mean, someone's saying here, I would sign Kamara as well. Yeah, I mean, listen, we do need another one. Maybe it won't be him. Maybe they'll move on to another target because they probably thought they were going to get Tyler Adams on loan at one point. So maybe they're going to have to just readjust their targets and go for someone else on a cheaper deal. As long as I don't see Adam Forshaw and Mateusz Klich go over 25 games in the Prem, I'm happy. I'm happy. Martin Peters. Martin Peters is the one that won the shirt. It's right there in his Avi. Someone asked earlier what happened to the competition. There it is. Martin Peters has got it. Shout out to you and thank you for the super chat. I'm happy with the way the window is going, but I still need a left back and experienced goalkeeper. Here's some help towards the Wi-Fi. Well, thank you very much, Martin. And yeah, well, listen, we've already heard that there's going to be no other left backs coming in. And somebody actually that leads me into a good point. Going back onto Sinisterra, D. Turley asks, "What about Jack Harrison's sell?" But that's the thing. I believe that Jack Harrison is going to be our other left hand left back in the team. I generally do. And even if he isn't, we need competition on that side. What have I said before on here many times, people? There's been too many players that have been very comfortable in the team. No competition for places. Now, this is certainly competition for Jack Harrison if this is where he's going to be playing. So, no, you keep both. You keep both and push each other. Push them, make them push each other in the team. That's how you get better performances and better competition in the team. It's been too family friendly for too long in this team. That's over with now. You can see that under Jesse. He's not messing about. Free Donny saying Sinisterra, what a player. Trust me. Yeah, I know all about him, man. CeeLo is saying, can't lie, you're getting a couple of players. Yeah, man, we're doing all right, man. And yeah, Philip here, I started this one because this is something that I've mentioned before. I really think Jesse will switch up at certain times in different formations there. And I believe that. I believe that because, listen, so many people are still under the Bielsa thumb. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you're still thinking that we need a small squad, or we're okay with a small squad and things like that. Jesse has shown himself to already be a much more progressive manager. He's much more wider in his thinking in that. I'm not saying he's a better coach. What I'm saying is that he's got more ideas on how to play. We played kind of narrow sometimes, but then we saw towards the end of the season, he went back out wide again. he's going to have different ideas, but he wants to make sure he's got the quality players to pull off what he's trying to do, not like struggle through it like we did last year. Still go back to that Watford 3-0 win. Only we could make a 3-0 win look so poor. But I think he's doing that with the players that he's brought in. And our first 11 is looking way better this in the coming season than it was last year for me. Nicholas is asking how much is this Sinet is deal worth? It's about 30 million, but about 25 million pounds in UK money. So yeah, it's a good deal. It's a very good deal for me. Yeah, Gale, get some players out though, absolutely. And Leeds want to. Are we keeping all of the dross? I hope not. I really hope not. But when you're seeing, listen, and thank you to all of you that tagged me in Mateus Click's Insta post that he did on Twitter. There's like a Leeds United site that gets Insta post on there. Everyone was very funny, ha ha. KG loves this. I didn't love it, but shout out to you guys. But yeah, when you're seeing stuff like that, when you're seeing Click come back, I don't think he's going to be sold. And it's, for me, it's a mistake not getting rid of players like that, because we can talk about depth all we want, people, but when you see certain players come off the bench, what's the point? There's no point having depth if they literally don't do nothing. So we'll see, but we do need bodies in there. So if they're going to be the ones that have to stay because we can't get anyone cheaper, so be it. But as long as I see the new signings in the team more in the games that matter, I'm okay with it so far. Because I understand we can't do a big change around with like 8 players in, 8 players out. I wish it did work like that. But yeah, we need to make sure our first 11 is patterned up next year. We cannot go into battle with some of the guys that we had in last season in the first 11 for over 10 league games, never mind 20. Otherwise, we're going to be in the same position as we did last year. Because at the moment, I look at it and I say Bournemouth are probably the worst team in the league at this moment in time. But right now, we're not really that far ahead. We're not far enough for me as I wish we were. So let's get in more signings. Let's get in more bodies in the door and see where we go. Shane Ibbotson, just subscribe. Thanks for the content. No, thank you. And shout out to any new subscribers too. Darren Wong saying we need 2 to 3 more signings. Yeah, we definitely do. Goalkeeper being one. There was one thought under the goalkeeper though, in that Meslier had such a up and down season last year. Do they think that he's learned from that experience, and maybe that's why the goalkeeper hasn't been spoken about enough? But I just think that we're getting in the outfield players first, and then it's quite easy to get a backup experienced goalkeeper, isn't it? So we'll see about that. But I just feel that maybe they think with another year under his belt, 2 years in the Prem, that Meslier is good. He doesn't need another experienced hand. But I would still get him that help. I would definitely still get him that help. Ricky Jensen said our mid was run over, exactly, and that's where it stops now. That's where it stops with a Tyler Adams. That's where it stops with a Mark Rucker. We're good to go, but for me, we do need another one in there. Definitely need another one. Wow. Let's have a look. Just going through some of your comments now. Well, I've been going through your comments, haven't I? Nicholas is saying Meslier will be a great keeper, just needs guidance. Yeah, I've got no doubts in Meslier, no doubts at all. And it was obvious he was going through a rough patch, especially after that February we had where he's picking out the ball out the net more than anything else. But yeah, he's going to be a top goalkeeper for sure. And that's it as well. I mean, Champs Bro saying 60 days left in the window. Keeper will come. Yeah, there's still a lot of time to go. There's still a hell of a lot of time to go. So there's no rush. But let's get the outfield players done first. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Oh yeah, back on Calvin a second. I don't know if you saw this tweet from his old agent. I don't know if anyone saw it from Kevin Sharp. I just want to read it out because it's quite interesting. Quite interesting. He has removed it now, but Kevin Sharp, who was Calvin Phillips' old agent before he changed it, he did say This was his tweet. You are loyal in capital. All the loyal words are in capitals. You are loyal or not You are loyal or not personally or professionally. If you are morally a genuine, honest person, loyalty isn't something you switch on off when it suits. It's not temporary. It's a permanent quality. Such disloyal behavior screams a wolf in sheep's clothes. And then it had that quote underneath. Maybe sometimes people did not actually change. Maybe you just never knew who they were. Very interesting, man. Very interesting. And I mean that's all gossip stuff, isn't it? But I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? Calvin got his move in the end, which is what he wanted. Maybe he thought Kevin wasn't moving quick enough for him, or whatever it may be. But yeah, I thought it was very interesting to see. I've never really seen anything. The only reason why I say it's interesting because I've never really heard a bad word said against Calvin. Everyone always speaks very positively of him, and just to hear that. But maybe Kevin's in the same mindset of a lot of fans in that they can't accept that we've moved up, and things change when you get to the Prem. Things change when you become an England international. Maybe he couldn't keep up with that. Maybe, who knows? No one's ever going to know this full story unless he comes out on a podcast and says it from his side, but then you won't have Calvin's. But I just think that maybe he couldn't keep up with the change. Who knows? I mean, yeah, listen. Lee Marshall missed a big payday. I mean, maybe when he saw all those images, he thought, damn, I missed a big chunk of change. Big chunk of change. But yeah, Lee Marshall saying bitter at AF. That's how it comes across. It came across like a salty, like single parent Facebook, Facebook single parent. It did, didn't it? And then you ask him, what's up? And then they say, I'll DM you, hun, or something. It did come across very, very bitter. So yeah. Yeah, Seneleb sounds like a bitter agent. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's all mad. It's all mad. But I just thought it was very interesting. Now, listen, people, as we come to the end, we have a departure. We have a departure on loan, which is Charlie Cresswell. He has officially moved to Millwall on loan, on a season-long loan. And yeah, listen, Charlie wants regular first-team football, and he's going to get that. He's definitely going to get that Millwall. Listen, I've got my thoughts on that club, as everyone knows, but listen, this is a great opportunity for him to get regular championship football, really get some real good first team experience under his belt. And it will hopefully he'll come back a better player. I think he will. It's hard to believe that this guy's only 19, by the way. I think Charlie Cresswell is in his 20s, but the guy's only 19. So yeah, it's going to be good for him to get that experience and come back a better player. I think it's going to benefit all parties. All parties. Hopefully not Millwall too much, man. Let's keep him in the champ. But yeah, shout out to Lee Marshall for the super sticker. Thank you so much, man. But I rate Charlie Cresswell very highly, as people know, and I thought he would have been good if we ever played a 3. I thought he would have been a good option in that setup, but it just seems that maybe there's just a bit too much competition in front of him now. So yeah, we'll see where we go with that. We'll see where we go with that. But I'm going to keep a close eye on him. I've never liked as many Millwall posts in my life. I never liked one before today, and I end up liking about 5 over the different social medias that we've got: Twitter, IG. Oh, crazy times. But listen, and if you know of this TV program, you'll get this reference. So I'm going to say it. Good luck, Charlie. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But if you do get it, put it in the comments below. So yeah, that is it, people. That is it. We are done. We are done. It's been brilliant interaction tonight. What a reference. Do you get it? Oh man, if you did get it, please put it in the comments after. I'm very interested to see who knows that one. Oh man. But listen, people, until the next time, whenever that next video will be, because we seem to be doing very well. We seem to be doing very well in the transfer window. I knew this week was going to be good and pivotal in terms of incomings. So we'll see where we go. Mark Atkinson saying back to Wimbledon. Yeah, good. I mean, Nick, is it Craig? I never know how to say his last name. Craigios. I do like him, But I like characters like that. I like outspoken characters like that that are not afraid to break the mold. I love that kind of stuff. So I'm rooting for him to win. Rooting for him to win. And just on the just on the Love Island tip, man. Somebody tagged me in something where one of the new girls, Coco, looks like John Joe Shelby, and I can't unsee it. People absolutely kill me. Absolutely kill me. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, Karius. Yeah, I think there's a G in there as well, but I never know how to say it. But yeah, I do keep an eye on him. So yeah. But listen, people, until the next video, I will see you soon. But yeah, listen, like the video, drop all your comments on and everything else like that. And I'll obviously read them and get back to you. So peace out, people. Peace. And good luck, Charlie.